Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining us on this edition of News 2. I'm Sandra Gamansing. Hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving. In our top story, Wednesday's press conference held by the Virgin Islands Attorney General Claude Walker announced that the two former Department of Health employees appeared before Magistrate Henry Carr III to be formally charged with multiple embezzlement-related charges. Lou Herman of St. Croix and Keisha Williams of St. Thomas are alleged to have illegally issued health cards. Richard Dorsey files this report.
Wednesday's press conference held by the Department of Justice shed more information on the embezzlement charges by two former employees of the Department of Health.
This morning, a Superior Court magistrate in the St. Thomas St. John District, the Honorable Henry Carr III, found probable cause to arrest two former employees of the Department of Health, Mr. Lou Herman and Keisha Williams. Both defendants were charged with the following crimes: filing fraudulent claims against the government, conversion of government property, embezzlement, buying and receiving stolen property, and aiding and abetting.
Philip Dorsett, Deputy Commissioner for the Department of Health, said that they're taking this opportunity to modernize their systems.
The Department of Health has developed a new processing system for providing authorized cards territory-wide. Although 60 to 100 of the approximately 12,000 food handlers' cards are affected by the fraud, the Department of Health is taking this opportunity to modernize the processing and the issuing operations of the food handler card system.
And for those with existing health cards, Philip Dorsett encourages everyone to stay tuned for more information.
Current card holders must stay tuned to all media outlets for further information. The Department of Health will be issuing an alphabetical schedule by last name for such card holders to receive their new food handlers' health cards.
Richard Dorsey, News 2.
Again, based on the recent critical arrests made by the Department of Justice's Bureau of Investigation regarding allegedly fraudulent distribution of food handlers' health cards, the department has developed a new processing system for providing authorized cards territory-wide. The department is taking the opportunity to modernize the processing and issuing operations for the cards. Current card holders are asked to stay tuned to all media outlets. The DOH will be issuing an alphabetical schedule after the holidays by last name for cardholders to receive their new cards. There will be no cost to clients, and each cardholder's expiration date will remain the same. The department is looking forward to World AIDS Day commemoration. That's held on December 1st every year, and it's an opportunity for people worldwide, nationally, and locally to unite in the fight against HIV. The theme is Leadership, Commitment, Impact. 2016 World AIDS Day events on St. Croix is sponsored by the Department of Health's Communicable Diseases Division and in partnership with the Caribbean Museum Center for the Arts and the Frederiksted Healthcare, Inc. As follows, these are the events. December 1st at 5:30 p.m. there's a march, candlelight vigil, and reception. That march begins at 5:30 p.m. in front of the Anselmo Marshall Command, Zone C. The vigil will be held at the gazebo in front of Fort Christian, and a reception will immediately follow that candlelight vigil. Tis the season, and we kick off our feature here looking at the holidays. We start with Thanksgiving, giving thanks. Many organizations give. Outside Allah F. Mullah Elementary School in Shalawamali, volunteers served all the traditional Thanksgiving fixings, compliments of Tradewinds Lodge 7, a service organization that volunteers at the annual meal, as they have done for 20 years. Also, the Salvation Army. More than 200 meals, they say, were served to the needy from the surrounding neighborhood. Down by the Shalawamali waterfront at Emancipation Garden, it was a regular feast, drawing many to the Pensipio family. Francine Pensipio founded the event 20 years ago. And on Wednesday, as we reported, the Smith Bay Community Action Foundation, they welcomed everyone to their annual Feed the Less Fortunate pre-Thanksgiving luncheon on Wednesday at the Lionel Smut Richards Ballpark in Smith Bay. My Brother's Table and St. Croix Catholic Charities also gave. Now, this was the scene earlier this morning on the Big Island at Home Depot, as many waited patiently for the stores to open. The day after Thanksgiving in the U.S. is traditionally considered to be the beginning of the Christmas shopping season. The sales and massive discounts attracts many customers. Now, looking a little later in the day on the island of St. Croix, retailers may have seen some decline in the traffic, they say, as compared to last year's Black Friday turn-up. A store manager in the Sunny Isles Shopping Center mentioned that the doorbuster deals did not draw the crowds at 5 in the morning as expected. While big corporate franchises such as Kmart and Home Depot, as we saw there, they saw some large crowds. Other mid-sized to smaller local stores felt the lack of the shopping spree spirit. Many stores offered Black Friday discounts ranging from 10% to 50% off. However, online shopping plays a major role in the decline of local spending for the holidays. With a few more weeks until Christmas and the St. Croix Carnival season, retailers are hopeful to see upswing in sales going into the new year. Well, the scene was a little busier as we take a look on St. Thomas. We took our cameras out to capture the sights. The parking lot at Tutu Park Mall was filled to capacity. We got some reaction from Black Friday shoppers. Here's more.
The Black Friday turnout has been steady. We had probably as equal amount of traffic as we did last year. Our Black Friday actually started from yesterday, which was Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving was a little bit soft, but I'm pleased to see that the customers came out to support us this Black Friday.
Today we've been real good. We had a lot of participation. We're kind of traditional, so people expect this. So anybody who buy a full sheet of ticket today, they could enter in a raffle and win one of the prizes today, or you could hold on to your full sheet and win the grand prize, $500,000.
Sales been going great. We actually just ran out of phones in most of our stores. But lucky for you, we have a lot of stock. You guys can come out tomorrow, early morning tomorrow, while supplies last. We have 50% off on all of our iPhones, all of our Galaxies. Man, all of the smartphones, 50% off, all smartphones.
It's the holiday season. We just celebrated Thanksgiving, and Choice and Innovative want to say thanks to all of our customers for sticking to us this year. We know it's a transition we're going through, so we want to give back the customers some savings. So come on down to Choice and Innovative and definitely take part in some of these savings that we have going on right now.
We'll turn our attention to Love City St. John Mongoose Junction's annual evening in the courtyard. That's underway. It's going on until 9 p.m. For every purchase at any Mongoose retailer, you will receive a raffle ticket to win one of 2 shopping sprees. While you're there, don't miss the new Veracula's art exhibit on display until December 17th, featuring the works of artists Enzor Colon, Eric Brown, John Uwima, Cooper Penn, Deborah St. Clair, and Bill Setzler. While many places are offering the special deals, Christiansted Town has opened its doors around 6 p.m. It started. It's going on until 10 p.m. tonight for the Black Friday Jump Up, or the Christiansted Retail and Restaurant Association Crucian Christmasstead activities. It kicked off earlier today again, going on until about 10. Now, in addition to the extended store hours, there will be music by Mind, Body, and Soul, St. Croix Educational Complex, Central High Jazz Band, Rising Star Steel Orchestra, Trinity Revelers, Ebenezer Steel Band, Guardians of Culture Mukajumbis, and Kiki and the Flaming Gypsies. There will be lots of food, pictures with Santa, and lots of vendors. Keeping our eye on the economy turning stateside, Black Friday shoppers have already spent billions this holiday season. Of course, Black Friday isn't just on Friday anymore, and it definitely doesn't require standing in line. Shoppers spent $1.15 billion online just midnight to 5 p.m. alone on Thanksgiving Day. But the American tradition of going a little crazy over Black Friday deals is alive and well internationally. They may not celebrate Thanksgiving, but right there in Brazil and Panama, shoppers fully embrace the Black Friday experience. Back in the U.S. for the second year in a row, protesters in Chicago tried to stop Black Friday shoppers by marching along the city's upscale Michigan Avenue in Washington. Turn our attention back at home to the United States Virgin Islands Department of Tourism. They announced the Black Friday Cyber Monday sale. They're providing travelers with a value-added getaway to experience St. Croix, St. John, and St. Thomas in the new year. Beginning today through Monday, November 28, travelers can spend 25% off rates at participating hotels and receive $500 in VI spending credits. that can be used for activities, dining, and shopping. Here's a look at the stock market watch at the New York Stock Exchange. Everything up, the Dow 68, NASDAQ 18, S&P 500 up 8. Coming up on News 2, the Virgin Islands Council on the Arts and the Reichel Center for the Arts, they welcomed home Homer Hans Bryant and the Bryant Youth Professional Dance Company. Find out where you can see them perform. Welcome back. WAPA experienced some outages earlier today. We hear from John Griot of WAPA with the latest. Here's more.
Our plant personnel are all working on Unit 23 right now to make a determination as to what led to the irregular operation that we saw in the unit throughout the day today, beginning earlier this morning, and what caused the trip a little after 5 o'clock this afternoon. Once we're able to get a handle on what exactly caused the unit's failure, we'll be able to begin a protocol of restarting that unit, and once the unit comes back online, we'll be able to do a full restoration of service in the St. Thomas St. John district. To allow us to resume or restore service to the residential areas in the two islands, we are taking some of the large commercial customers off of the electric grid. For example, Tutu Park Mall, the Yacht Haven brand, and some of the other major commercial users, such as hotels in the St. Thomas St. John district. They will come off of the electric grid, go on their standby generators, which will allow us and give us a little more flexibility in terms of the limited generation capacity we have to restore the residential services.
Turn our attention stateside. President-elect Donald Trump recently spoke with 5 more foreign leaders. The president-elect's transition team said on Friday that Trump spent the holiday week speaking with world leaders from Greece, Hungary, Panama, and Sweden. He also spoke with the Prime Minister of Slovenia, where his wife, Melania Trump, was born. The transition team says Trump has now spoken with at least 40 foreign leaders since the election. Meanwhile, the international real estate mogul turned politician is being criticized for not doing enough to resolve potential conflicts of interest. Recently, his daughter, Ivanka Trump, spoke with the president of Argentina, where Trump has active real estate projects. Prince Harry continues his tour around the Caribbean. Officially, the Prince of Wales received a warm welcome to the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis when he disembarked from the Royal Fleet Auxiliary Wave Night on November 23rd. Prince Harry is on a tour of the Caribbean on behalf of Her Royal Highness, Her Majesty the Queen, between November 20th and December 4th in the year of the Queen's 90th birthday, to continue to develop the royal family's strong bonds with the people of these important Commonwealth countries, according to an email. The tour includes the countries of Antigua and Barbuda, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, St. Vincent, Grenada, and Barbados, as well as Guyana. In other local news back at home, following much discussion and deliberation, the membership of the St. Thomas St. John Agriculture and Food Fair Committee, they made that decision to not postpone but cancel the 33rd Annual Agriculture and Food Fair. They say based on logistical and numerous other challenges, a meeting has been scheduled with the vendors to discuss related concerns and plans for moving forward. The members of the organizing committee regrets the hardship and inconvenience they say faced by everyone. Senator Jeanette Millen-Young held a hearing on November 22nd to get an update on the federal government's suspension of funding to the Downtown Revitalization Project. Several important issues were raised, mainly the Memorandum of Understanding between the Department of Public Works, Downtown Revitalization, Inc., and the Chamber of Commerce, the ability of Tip Top Construction to finish the project, the possibility of Federal Highway Administration suspending federal eligibility of the contract due to the payment and performance bond issues currently being experienced by Tip Top Construction, and legislation to ban companies from bidding on government projects. Attorney General Claude Walker suggested that a meeting be held between DPW and PNP on how best to move forward. Well, it's the weekend time. Don't forget, Butterman is back with some comedy relief on St. Thomas at Pistarckle Theater in Tillett Gardens tonight with a Turkey Day weekend. This is where everyone will be, including myself, because I truly believe love and laughter is always the best medicine. Comics, Lucas Warford, From the Buzz, Lorna Nichols, guest storytellers, musical guests, Payback, and DJ Black Yoda. Now, doors open at 7, but the show starts at 9, so get there early. Virgin Islands Council on the Arts and Reichel Center for the Arts welcomed home Homer Hans Bryant and the Bryant Youth Professionals Dance Company. They will be performing at 7 p.m. on Saturday, November 26th. The Bryant Youth Professionals performed the newest dance craze called Hiplet, fusing urban dance moves with modern and classical ballet. Some lucky students got a preview today.
Well, we're here doing the master class. It's going really great. Tomorrow night you're going to see an incredible performance. You're going to see we represent diversity. You're going to see African, Spanish, hip-hop or hiple. That's my new genre, hip-hop on point. We're doing a master class and they're having fun. We're introducing them to a little classical ballet, some floor exercises, some modern and some African. So they have a whole range of movement. And because when you're dancing this kind of business, you have to be versatile. You have to bring it to the table. If they want to see ballet, you have to be able to bring ballet. If they want to see jazz or African, even tap or hip-hop, you have to be able to bring that kind of energy. You need to come down to the Reichel tomorrow. Thanks. This is the 50th anniversary of the Virgin Islands Arts Council. And because of the Arts Council, I was able to go away and pursue my career. So it's a whole collaboration that we've been working on for some time. And you get to see what's possible no matter where you came from.
What a treat for the students, and so nice to have him back home. We'll turn our attention to the weather news. Central America has taken a double hit from Hurricane Otto and an offshore earthquake in the Pacific. The U.S. National Weather Service says a tsunami threat has passed, but Otto remains dangerous. It's been downgraded to a tropical storm, but still churns near the borders of Nicaragua and Costa Rica. Otto has already been blamed for several deaths in Panama and for at least 4 in Costa Rica. Back here at home, the Department of Planning and Natural Resources announces that due to heavy rains, negative environmental impacts will be caused by stormwater runoff. They say use caution when using the coastal waters until further notification. Keep away from stormwater impacted beaches as well as areas with manholes and stormwater flooding. There may be an elevated health risk as a result of increased concentrations of bacteria. Be sure to stick around. Your News 2 AccuWeather forecast is coming up next.
We've really settled into an easterly trade wind flow, but there is a front coming on its way, and it's just shifted just off to the north of the islands. That's going to be bringing some spottier showers throughout the weekend, but other than that, things are looking quite nice. Take a look at the current radar. A lot of those showers just held up and off to our north. We have a couple of those passing easterly trade wind showers, however. So overall, looking quite nice. Throughout tonight, patchy clouds, maybe the chance of those passing showers as well. We head towards tomorrow in St. John as well as down into St. Thomas. Passing shower or 2 possible. That also is going to include into St. Croix as well. Temperatures in St. Croix, 86 degrees for your Saturday. Here's a look out on the waters. We do have a small craft use caution advisory in effect. We do have some waves on the Atlantic side, 4 to 6 feet, and these winds out of the east relatively strong, 15 to 20 knots, and possibly with gusts up to 25. So that's why we do have that advisory in effect. Out on the Caribbean, very similar conditions as well, but the wind gusts not quite as strong. We still have winds out of the east, 15 to 20 knots, waves 4 to 6 feet. Here's a look at your extended forecast. Saturday into Sunday, we'll continue to see a shower or 2 with these easterly trade wind flows. And then come Monday and into Tuesday, showers in spots as that cold front really sinks off into our south and east. By Wednesday, the middle of next week, we're really beginning to lighten up. We have mostly sunny conditions, breezy conditions as well, however, as we head towards the middle of next week. So those waves could get slightly choppier as we head out throughout the rest of our week. That's all we have for you. Back to you, Sandy.
Thanks for that. Let's take a look at our News 2 weather picture by Kishan John, who had a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday. He enjoyed some good weather and possibly a little stay at the beach. Was not too bad, including the sunshine there. Ricardo Richards Elementary School representing. Thank you for that, Kishan. Send us your News 2 weather picture to the address on the screen, and be sure to tune in to see it right here on News 2. Stick around. News 2 Sports comes your way next.
I'm Gary Anthony, and this is News 2 Sports. Happy day after Thanksgiving, everyone. And if there's any left, put a piece of pumpkin pie for me on the side, and I'll be right over. On to the Turkey Day NFL highlights. Lions hosting the Vikings. The winner takes a lead in the NFC North. Fourth quarter action, score tied at 13, 38 ticks on the clock, and Sam Bradford spills the gravy. He throws the INT to Darius Slay. There's no fumble called. And with 4 seconds left, Matt Prater boots the winning field goal. Pumpkin pie for everybody as the Lions win and stand alone at the top of the NFC North. Over to Dallas for the Redskins versus the Cowboys. It was an action-packed fourth quarter. Kirk Cousins to Jordan Reed for 6. Cowboys lead 17-12. Next possession, Dak Prescott with the 6-yard TD scamper. 24-12 Cowboys. Cousins again with the 67-yard bomb to Deshaun Jackson. 24-19 Cowboys. And finally, running back Ezekiel Elliott with the 1-yard plunge. The boys go up 31-19 as they carve out a win 31-26. And with this 10-game winning streak, the Cowboys are at the top of the NFL heap. And in case you missed it, because of that well-earned nap, the nightcap game, Steelers at Colts. A game that was Antonio Brown's personal feast. First quarter, Roethlisberger to Brown for the 28-yard score, 14-zip Steelers. On to the second quarter, Big Ben to Brown for 32 yards and the TD, 21-7 Steelers. And in the fourth, Big Ben again to Brown for the 22-yard strike, and the Steelers beat the stuffing out of the Colts, 28-7. The big game in my mind on Sunday is the Giants versus the Browns. The G-men have won 5 straight and want to keep pace with the Cowboys. The Browns, well, they're 0-11 and are desperately trying not to become the second team in NFL history to go 0-16. Yeah, how you doing, Lion fans? I expect the Giants to win, but it won't be a blowout. The Browns, they don't quit. I say Giants 23, Browns 17. That's it for sports. Have a happy weekend, everybody. Sandy, back to you.
Gary, thank you for those highlights. We wish you the same. And before we leave, we sadly say farewell to Yunel Maduro, who ran our master control operations. He is leaving News 2. Yunel, you will be missed. We wish you all the best in your future endeavors. I'm Sandra Guman Singh. On behalf of all of us, have a wonderful weekend.